Cool.
Okay, so this week, we're talking about sort of, am I on the right? Yes. So this one was talking kind of about mentoring, and it was talking about the bank's experience with that. Let's see, the first question is, what were some of the positive results of the mentor pilot program into the company?
I think that like even having a mentor like in any aspect of life is important, but I think it kind of had someone that they could learn from. And I think it was a good way to implement it into a business because it was another way to learn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just kind of on the same lines. I just think it's cool that they recognized that they needed it, but it just gives opportunity for like employees to push themselves a little bit further than what their responsibilities are. And like I don't know, I think for most people that gives them they feel like they're more in control of where they're heading in the company when they're getting more education that will set them apart from other people. So I just thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah, especially because, sometimes your training may not seem super specific, but I think if you're getting it from someone who's at where you want to be, then that, and also probably like individual attention, so like they'll know exactly what to do for your certain circumstance.
Absolutely.
What were some of the things that the employees said in the article were good about the pilot program?
So I think there was like 3 takeaways, if I remember right. They talked about how they like really felt like supportive of each other. They felt supportive and they felt like they were able to support each other. And they also felt like it helped them to, I don't know, kind of boosted like how they felt about the company and their situation.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
There was one other one, but I can't remember what it was.
Yeah, I'd have to look at the reading, but I totally remember like and thinking that was a really cool aspect they had.
Yeah, some other things, like you said, Brennan, they were pretty loyal to the company after having the company invest in them with these mentors. And they definitely felt support from colleagues and felt like they could network. It seemed like it really helped the communication in all aspects, like not only communicating with people who had higher up positions, but just getting advice from people that were on the same level as them.
Yeah, for sure.
I think additionally, it just shows like whatever organization you're working for, like it just shows that they're actually a little bit more invested in you. Like, which I don't know. I feel like people just want to feel that that their employers actually care about them, and like that's a really easy way to say that we care about you. We want to help you pursue bigger and better things. So.
No, for sure. I definitely think that like your work environment and the environment you work in and how you're treated by your employers and your coworkers makes a huge difference.
Totally.
And even people who were thinking about leaving decided to stay. I think partly that's because kind of a reciprocity, like you get something from someone, you feel the need to give back. But I think also they saw that there were more opportunities for them where they were at than they would have realized without the help.
No, for sure.
I think also that the fact that the mentor program worked so well was they matched people
Uh-huh.
to similar career paths, and that it was people who wanted to be involved. Like it wasn't just a whole company thing, but people volunteered to be in it.
Yep.
Yeah, and I think that's important too. Sorry, I'm at a park, so
You're okay.
there's a lot of yelling.
How did like support from upper management help with the success?
I just think that they were really understanding and patient. Like they obviously like there were set guidelines, but there was a little bit of leeway with like within the company, which I think was nice. Like because if people make mistakes, like obviously if it's a continued mistake, then it's a problem. But I think that leeway is really important because it's how you learn. It's from like courtesy, or not courtesy, from criticism.
Mhm.
Like courteous criticism. I don't know if that's the phrase.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of reading and seeing if I can find any highlights here, but for one, like I guess the initial thing is they recognized that like this program would help them. It would help their, their employees. And I thought it was cool that you had like a couple people that were extremely passionate about what they were doing. I can't remember what her name was. You guys remember? Was it? Oh, it's Amy. Rubinstein. She was like all for the program because she knew that like there would be like so much that would come out of the program, and so
Yeah.
she was just a huge advocate for it. And like I think that her support and her drive to get this program up and going was one of the reasons why the program was ultimately successful.
Yeah.
I mean, can you imagine if you had like this new program that you're trying to initiate and your management was like, oh, just another something that we're going to try to implement, and like it's not going to be super successful. Like that totally affects how other people perceive the program.
Totally.
No, for sure. I think like it's that saying like attitude determines altitude. So if you have a poor attitude about things, it's not going to go the way anybody wants.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We've kind of already talked about this, but how can mentoring help employees with career development?
So I think it just like helps them to like one of the big things that we talked about in IO was how you're when you see somebody not performing at the level that they could be performing at, your instant response shouldn't be like, oh, we need to rid ourselves of this person, because you're not taking into account what you could be doing for that employee.
Yeah.
And so you got to flip the question back on yourself and say, okay, where am I failing to maybe meet their needs and helping them to grow in the company. I think that's what this whole push addresses. These are the things that we can be doing to help you to get to where you need to get, and everybody benefits from that because we succeed, you succeed, we all succeed, kind of thing.
Yeah.
I've never really thought about that. Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. No, you go ahead. It's fine.
Okay. Oh, I was just gonna say, I'm sure that it saves them money because they have less of a turnover rate if they're willing to train them better with these programs.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say, Ollie?
Just that like with like having like these training programs and like implementing these like things to help people better, I think is important to have in companies because like everybody does better in things when there's structure. And if there's a structure within a company that helps a person like be held accountable to things within the company, like rules to abide by.
Yes, definitely.
I would agree.
Something else I was thinking about was like the Rosenthal effect. Like if people feel like they're valued, then they're already going to do better,
Mm-hmm.
try harder.
Yep. I think that's one of the biggest things that the companies, especially, I mean, even you can pull up the doohickeys example. I feel like that was the biggest thing. Is it's like if you guys like if you I don't know if you're looking at your employees from this perspective of like you're just worthless. Like I can't imagine working for a company like that. Like how they I don't know. It just blows my mind that companies actually do that to their employees. But it's all about how you treat your employees. Like you treat your employees with respect, and like it has like such a good impact on your company.
Yeah. Yeah, you wouldn't stay there for very long if people kept telling you that.
Exactly.
No, yeah, I totally agree.
Have you guys ever had an experience where you've been mentored, or maybe have you seen different mentoring programs?
Well, I work on campus right now, and my boss, like, it's on campus jobs, like you are under like, or at least in the department I work in, like people, but you're under each of these people. So my boss has 3 students that work for, well, right now 2 students that work for him, and he's just constantly like implementing ways to like better us as employees and like telling us what we could do better. Constructive criticism, that's the word. And so always giving us constructive criticism and kind of like being a person that I would want to aspire to be in the workplace just because of his work ethic. And he's like implementing that in the things we do at work because he wants us to be able to succeed, which I think is really cool and important because you should enjoy working. Like you shouldn't hate what you do.
Yeah, it's so important to get feedback frequently.
Yeah.
A mentor relationship is a really good way to do that because you value their opinion.
I totally agree.
Yeah, I think that like there's really like I think the purpose of like a good mentor, like what separates good mentors from bad mentors is like they know how to address those criticisms in a positive way. Like that's what I feel like really separates them. And then also allowing like people to struggle just enough to like, because if they just come in and do the job for you, like the mentor is not really benefiting you. But they kind of find that balance between like, I'm going to give you just enough help to get you to the point where you need to be. And then, that way you can actually internalize, like, I did this, this was my thing, even though you help. But it's like if somebody comes in and does it for you, you don't benefit from that. You can't confidently say, oh, I completed this program, because it really wasn't you. So I think that's important for mentors as well.
I think that's an important point.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It's a tricky balance, letting people learn from their mistakes rather than always jumping in. Were you going to say something, Allie? I'm sorry.
What?
Were you going to say something?
Oh, no, sorry. I have a cold, so I keep like scratching my throat.
No, you're okay. I remember one time for work, things were going pretty slow. There just wasn't a lot of. I work in the SCOT program on campus. It stands for Student Consult on Teaching, and we weren't getting a lot of consults coming in, people asking us to do them. And so I just went in and I talked to my boss about it and was just like, hey, I feel sort of like disconnected from the program and like what can I do to feel like I keep I'm still improving and stuff. And
yeah,
I felt like in doing that, it really changed our relationship and like you said before, Allie, him being able to give me some pointers and new opportunities, I felt like was a big change. I was thinking, honestly, I was kind of in the same boat as some of these other people at the bank. I was thinking about quitting that job, but like after talking with him, I felt more invested again. And so yeah, that's my experience.
Yeah.
That's
mentoring.
cool.
No, I totally agree.
Let me see. What can you guys think of any other programs or approaches on how employees help develop their careers? What other things are out there for them?
So this isn't like a formal program, but I think that anybody that's just like the continual desire to like have education in your life, you know, like you're constantly seeking out new and new sources that you can use like for your work and reading, you know, and trying to better understand. And like I feel like anybody can do that. Like it's just one of those things that it's like, are you taking the time to actually you know invest more into your career? And I feel like the people that just have that natural desire to learn typically are the ones that stand out from other people. But and in it, like I see people do it all the time. Like I'm so impressed by this lady that's in one of my classes. I mean, she's got like 5 kids, and you know her husband works on campus, and they live a crazy life, and she's going into the nursing program, and it's like, you know, she's investing a lot of time into that, and it kind of goes the same way. Like if you have a job, like it's hard to put more than just what you're already putting in because jobs are a lot. But you can see that people do it, and the people that do it are the ones that are ultimately more successful, I guess.
Yeah. Do we have a lot more questions left? Because my phone is going to die.
I can go through them a little bit quicker. How much do you have left on your phone? Allie? Can you hear me?
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm there. Can you hear me? Sorry.
It's okay. I can go through the questions a little bit quicker. How much battery do you have left?
I have 20%.
Okay. So going on to the next question, would a less formal mentoring be better rather than having someone assigned? What do you guys think?
It's kind of a hard one.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm kind of the same boat. Like I don't know which one would be better. Like I feel like informal training programs, like when everybody has like when you have like a big seminar on how to do something, it doesn't really benefit anybody because you can't get super in depth on it. And so I think it's smarter to have like specific, like you are supposed to be here at this time, you know, ready to rock. That way we can, you know, make something cool happen. But those big informal trainings, I feel like, in my opinion, I just don't feel like anybody really benefits from them.
Yeah, no, I totally agree.
My thoughts are that I feel like the formal would be better just because
I know, but we have to get out.
they match them up so well, and I feel like you probably would have met up those people had you not been set up with them. Does that make sense?
No,
So,
that totally makes sense.
so you cut out there for a second. What were you saying?
Basically, I think that formal would be better in the aspects that you probably need and gain advice from people that you wouldn't have connected otherwise.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just think it's better. Okay. Any other thoughts on that?
What'd you say? Sorry, you cut out.
Are there any other thoughts?
No, I think that I kind of just agree, like with what both of you said. I thought Brenton hit it pretty spot on.
Okay, why do you think the second round, there was less people signing up?
I just think like it's probably a big part of it has to do with like because it wasn't what they thought or what they wanted. Because a lot of people have a hard time like adapting to other people's rules.
What do you mean by that?
Just like I think that a lot of people have the mentality like my way or the highway, and it's really hard for them to be able to like be able to change like how they feel about things in a work environment. I've noticed that, at least like with people that I've worked with.
So maybe people didn't sign up because they're not willing to make changes?
Yeah.
Jim? Yeah, I think also like the success of the program, like I don't know how successful those people coming out of the program were like after they'd taken that program, but if it was me and I saw 10 people go into the program, 10 people come out of the program and get promoted, I'd be a whole lot more motivated to like go into that program because it obviously is doing what it's supposed to do.
Yeah.
So I think that would be the biggest push for me. And I don't know, like I said, I don't know what the results were. I didn't read that. I must have missed that. But anyways, those are just my thoughts.
Do you like this color?
The only thing I can think of, because I feel like the program was pretty successful, and when they had the dinner, they had a couple people give like their, what do you call it, like an anecdote and how much they had improved and stuff. So I felt like overall, the only thing I can think of is that those that would be in the second round were the people that were turned away at first because they wanted to keep the program small.
Fair enough.
I don't know. I was just thinking people having to wait that long may get sort of frustrated. But other than that, I didn't really know why.
Yeah, I think that's honestly like a really good observation because like I'd actually thought about that when we were reading through it for the first time. It's like if somebody turned me away from the program that I applied for, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we're accepting applicants for this new program. I got turned away." Like, I don't think I'd be as motivated to go for it the second time around.
Yeah.
So I think that's a good observation.
Moving forward, what do you guys think the program should do?
No, I don't use it.
Or should they keep it
Um,
Can you repeat the question? You kind of cut out, at least on my end.
So, what can the mentoring program do to expand, or should they keep it small?
I feel like maybe like I don't know. I think it just kind of depends on what direction the company wants to go. You know what I mean?
You got really quiet.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I was just saying I think it depends on what like direction the company wants to go in. Like if they're expanding or if they're trying to make it small, I think that a lot of it would depend on that.
Okay.
Yeah, kind of along those lines. Yeah, just it depends on what they're trying to accomplish. Like if they're trying to make the program bigger, or if they're trying to make the training more specified, or like it really depends on what their goals as a company are. But I think if they're trying to get more people involved, I think just like making the program more accessible and then like promoting the program, like showing people the benefits that they can, kind of coming back to what I said in the last question, but just like these are the benefits that you guys can gain from doing the program, and this is why you guys should be involved in it, and I think that would help to kind of motivate people to do it.
Yeah, no, totally.
And why it's important to them specifically, because like all programs are going to give you more education. Like all programs are going to help you to reach your goals, but it's just like you have to like show why this is important to these people specifically. Like this is how many more people you can help, or this is how much more money you're going to make, but like find something that's close to like what they're trying to accomplish and tie that back into that.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. I
Bless
think
you.
that's super important.
I personally feel like they should um, I don't know. I don't think they should intentionally make it big because they may run out of mentors, but I think they should not try to limit it like they did before.
Yeah.
Accept everybody that is one. I think as far as if they did run out of mentors, they could always do those group sessions like they were talking about before.
The circles.
Mhm.
Yeah, because even that was a huge benefit.
Yeah.
And one of the questions is how do they get more people without forcing them to be involved? Try to force someone to do the mentoring program, it's gonna backfire.
Yeah.
Like hardcore. So
Yeah,
Yeah,
you got to
like-
be careful with that for sure.
Yeah. It just doesn't work. People, I mean, they did that thing with the sexual harassment, where they made people go to these sexual harassment, trainings and stuff like that. And people just started to tune them out eventually. Like, if they're motivated to do that by themselves, sweet. And if they're not, don't make them, do more than they're, have to do for the minimum requirement because people don't like that.
Yep.
Yeah.
True. Have you guys thought about like who you want your mentor to be for your future careers? Just curious.
I think that I'm hopefully getting an internship with this event planning company. So hopefully I find someone within that company that I like their style of work and I appreciate their work ethic to help me out.
Yeah, I watched a thing with Will Smith earlier. I want him to be my mentor.
You'd be a cool mentor.
Yeah, no. But in all seriousness, I just want my mentor to be somebody that like has same goals, kind of like what Ali was saying, like maybe a similar style. But I think that has that common purpose. I look at some of the professors on campus and like what they're doing outside of their education, and it's just kind of inspiring. And so I'd want to link up with somebody that is kind of doing what they're doing. I guess if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Professors here are cool.
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty much all the questions.
Perfect. Because my phone is at 4%.
Woo!
You have your brightness up? Why is it dying so quickly?
Because I have an awful battery. I need to get it replaced, but I can only do it in California because that's where my insurance is covered. Well, I have to do it in an Apple store, and they don't have one here. So, and I'd either have to go to Utah or go to California.
Why don't you
That
get
sucks.
parents to mail you something?
Well, I'm going home next week, I think. Yeah, next week for a family reunion. So I'm just going to go to the Apple store when I'm home.
Nice.
Yeah. So it's just more convenient to do it that way.
Yeah, no, Apple, I love like my iPhone, I love my Mac, but eventually their batteries just go to crap.
Yeah, it is so frustrating. And this phone isn't even that old. I'm like, my battery should last for a lot longer.
Uh-huh.
Hmm.
So, well, cool, guys. Oh.
I was gonna say thanks for the great discussion.
Yeah, I thought it was good. And next week, do we want to meet like when does it work best for you guys?
Well, what works best for you on Thursdays? Because I don't want to. Are you still doing softball and stuff? I'm assuming.
Yeah, it'd be later, but if we did, I'm trying to think like I could do like 4 on Thursday.
I work till about 6:30 or 7.
Okay, we could do 7. I just probably will have to cut out just a little bit early, but if we do like 45 minutes or something, then that works just fine. If we met at 7 on Thursday.
Okay. I'm cool with that. I will be. Just heads up, I will be traveling, so I might have to do it from my phone.
Okay.
I'm heading back to again, unfortunately, fortunately and unfortunately, but I'm heading back to home again. And so,
Okay.
but I think we can probably still make that work.
Okay.
Okay, perfect. Well, I will talk to you guys on Thursday then.
Okay, have a good week, guys. Hey, Allie, get feeling better, okay?
Thanks, I will. I appreciate it. You guys have a good week.
All right, see ya.
All right,
Bye.
bye.